remember this song? Listen. It's Eaglerock by Ross Wilson. At the time, he was in a band called Daddy Cool, but it was written, 20-something years ago.
1971.
And it's just
40.
Yeah, and it's just been accepted into the National Film and Sound Archives to be put with all amazing different sound bites and different sounds of Australia. It's pretty incredible, isn't it? But what's even better is that Ross Wilson was sitting on this exact couch just a few weeks ago.
Telling us
all about
how it was written,
Yeah.
where he wrote it, how it came to him, how long it took him to
It's
write
really
it,
fun.
and
Anyway.
most of all, what it means.
Yeah, we won't keep talking. Here he comes. You'll hear Paul's voice in it, which is why I popped Paul on, so you'll know who the male voice is in the video. Enjoy and go and check out his website. I'll put all different links for you. But his new album, I Come in Peace, is as amazing as this.
Unbelievable.
Just different. Yeah, it's really
That'll be
good.
in the Sound Archive next.
Yeah, ciao everyone. Bye.
Eaglerock. What's it about?
About having a good time.
And
But the Eaglerock was actually a dance that existed back in the 20s and 30s, and that's kind of what inspired me, because the riff of Eaglerock is really inspired by Mississippi country blues. You know, you love it. And ragtime. So if you listen to it closely, you go, right? That's like. And I actually did a piano ragtime version of it on my Tributary album. But that's where it comes from. So when I saw this photo of some people and it said they were doing the Eaglerock from way back, I was already mucking around with the riff, and I just intuitively went, that's what I'm going to call this song. I'm going to write this song about doing the Eaglerock. And so it all links like. And I think that's one of the reasons the song has survived, because it's sort of not of any time.
Yeah.
It's in a way it's an anachronism, because it's not fad music. You know, it's not. If you listen to all the other songs that came out in 1971, you know, they all say, oh, that was this style or that was that style. But Eaglerock has got John Lee Hooker, and it goes underneath the riff. Boogie.
So where were you when you wrote it, in Melbourne?
No, I was in England. I'd gone over there to sing with a band called Procession, who were pretty big. And
What, living in London?
Outside of London, in a really nice, big old rundown mansion in Surrey.
Cool. And when the song came to you, did it happen fast and you put it down fast, or was it one of those ones that took
I came up with the riff, because I was trying to get better at playing guitar, and I said, I wouldn't mind doing a bit of that finger picking they do in the old blues records.
Yeah.
So I did that, and I was letting them play the boogie like John Lee Hooker, you know, that drone and all that. So I was doing those things, and I came up with the riff, and I started saying to everyone, I'm thinking, that's pretty good. And then you get to the, and I just kept playing that over and over. Yeah, over and over and over.
You got it, mate.
And I asking the people around the house, and I'm going like, have you heard this before? Because I went, I must have pinched that from somewhere.
Yeah.
How old were you when you wrote it?
I don't know, 23. And,
Cool.
So I came up with that, and I came up with the, doing the Eaglerock part. But it wasn't until I got back to Australia after travelling hitchhiking through Europe and Asia, and ending up broke in Darwin and working as a yardman in the pub there, in catching a bus down through the middle of Australia, which was half red dust at the time, and finally making it back to Melbourne and landing back, and I stayed at my parents' house for a while with my new bride, and I finally had a guitar again, and I went, I can't just play that. I say make bars over and over. So I started going, hey, good old Eaglerock. So I go, hey, good. Well, where can I go now? What other chord do I know? Oh, G. The genius part was going to the G and the B minor, and that sets it apart. Takes it to another thing, you know. And do it in the Eaglerock.
And so you can do the dance, the Eaglerock, Ross. You do know the dance.
I don't know how it goes. The photo, the people sort of go like this, you know. People in
Isn't
Australia.
that a film clip, isn't there? People actually doing the Eaglerock.
People in Australia have made it their own dance, and they kind of go like that, you know. And that's a bit like me too. I do that.
Yeah. My
And-
brother-in-law does that too.
And lately, in the last 20 years, they've got an embellishment on that, particularly in Queensland, where you drop your jeans around your ankles and do it. Like,
That's only for the
You
girls,
said
though.
there's a Facebook page for that.
there
though,
is
didn't you?
Facebook where I drop my pants to Eaglerock. It
I'm
actually
sending this to them.
exists,
Yeah.
and so it's very popular at Duntroon Military College. Many of our finest officers, when they hear Eaglerock, have to drop their DACs, otherwise their fellow officers will give them a nice clunk on the arm or something.
Very
like
Aussie,
that.
isn't it?
Yeah, they'll be ostracised.
Oh, that's just
That
too,
is just hilarious.
that is too cool. There's the story of
But it's so
Eagle
funny
Rock.
with Eagle Rock though. How
Yeah.
many times have you been at a wedding and no one's dancing and then they play that and everyone goes vroom onto
Same
the
in
dance
clubs
floor?
as well, yeah.
Yeah, it's like that instance on the minute you hear it, you go, I've got to dance to that.
Yeah, because I don't know, there's something about the counter rhythms. I mean, it took me a long time to work it out. I'm going, what is it that makes that song work? And it's kind of funky, because what funk's all about is you go, and then the other stuff comes afterwards, like, it's like a horn riff where you go, it's like, that's what funky music does. And so it's got this counter rhythms going, you know, that make it work.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I wish I could write another one like that.
You will.
But I reckon this. I love this album. And
Yeah, yeah.
have you written I Come in Peace? Do you feel that this album is because you're at a really contented place, and this is kind of the summation of your life?
Well, I did write some of the songs when I was at a less contented place,
Really?
but by writing them, it makes me more contented.
Yeah.
You see, because you're working
Yeah.
out how you feel about things when you write the songs, and so you know, in these songs, there's some genuine kind of blue feelings, or feelings I was having at the time, you know, grief and whatever.
Yeah.
And then there's a lot of like happiness about, you know, when you come out the other side and you realise that things are actually going pretty good. You know?
Yeah, yes,
So,
exactly.
yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Everyone's going to love hearing all the backstories. And this is the CD, everyone.
That's it.
Even you guys overseas, you can get this on iTunes, yeah? So
you can get, I don't know if I can get on American iTunes yet, but that'll be pretty soon.
I'll tell you what, I'll put a link to...
You can get it from my website store.
Yes. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll put a link to Ross's
Yeah.
website. Go and check it out because it's got all the lyrics to the songs.
Yeah.
And it is so beautiful. All my, you know, people out there who love all that positive stuff and interesting life stuff will
Yeah.
love this. A few of them have already bought it because they've, you know, heard me raving on about it. Thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah.